Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Sorry about that last video. I had a gentleman stop late yesterday after the rain shower. He said, "Oh, I see you're selling mowers. I see a lot of them out front." I said, "Yes." I said, "I put them all away for the night." I said, "If you come back tomorrow," meaning this morning, "I'll have them out." So he stopped. I didn't have him out because I wanted to chat with you kids and cadets first. So he waited patiently. I brought a bunch of mowers out for him to look at. He ended up buying a standard pusher for $25. So let's toast to my first sale of the day. The green lady and I are going to have a drink. So let's show you what I got out front first of all for mowers. And then we'll discuss the rest of the video that I was going to do initially on the Troy-Bilt Bronco. So this is a sampling of what I've been working on the last couple months. What do I got here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 units, 8 or 9. Just kicked you in the leg, sorry. We got some old Pulsar styles and some of the newer plastic engines. So he asked me yesterday what the lowest price, so I brought out the lowest price units. He ended up buying a baby 20, similar to that yard machine back there. I had these 3 red ones here that I had lined up. He ended up buying one of the 3, and they were all priced at $25 each. So it started first pull. I started it for him. He cut some grass in my front yard. He seemed to be pleased. So I didn't bring out any of the self-propelled because those are the higher price units. I think he was a bargain hunter, so I brought him the cheapies. So what rats have you found recently? You've got to do something. You just can't lie around and look pretty. It's either mice or rats. It's one of the two. Nobody rides for free. Okay, enough of you. It's time to talk about mowers and mower repairs. So this Crafty I had mentioned earlier, it is a unit I just got for $20. It's the 2013, October of 2013 on this thing. So, like I said, he got it from another scrapper for 10. I gave 20 for it, so he made $10. Thing wouldn't roll. So I said, what could it be? So I kind of wasted a bunch of time and went to town trying to mess with this thing. I took both adjusters off. The left side adjuster was fine. The bearing's a little shaky, but it moved. What had happened on the right side, I've already disassembled the bearing. I have it sitting in apple cider vinegar to break the rust. The bearing actually rusted to the axle. I had to pound it off with a 3-pound hammer, and that took me quite a while. So I ended up destroying the bearing. I'm going to see if my Toro bearings will fit because I've been messing with a lot of Toro rebuilds lately. And I kind of was sleepwalking, thinking I was working on a Toro. I grabbed my bearing kits and realized that the retainer here is a little different from from the Toros, but the bearing here may be the same. It's a flange bearing, but I can't get the old bearing out of the retainer, so it's soaking right now. So I got to mess with this unit. So this thing turned out to be a pain in my ass. I wasted a lot of time yesterday messing around with this Crafty. So when the scrapper showed up, he had this Troy-Bilt on the trailer, and he didn't mention it. I didn't mention it. I was just more concerned with the Crafty. And so after I made the deal for 20, I says, "What's the story with your Troy-Bilt?" He says, "Well, I had to pick that up right away. The gentleman had it in his backyard. He said, if you don't get it now, I'm going to put it out to the street." So this Bronco is a 2008 model year, and that's the model number of the unit. This is the chainsaw I'm working on. I showed you that yesterday, and the Crafty has a build date of 2013. So I says, "Well, what do you want for the TB?" He said, I was going to try to get 80, and I thought, no, it's missing the deck. 2 front tires are flat. I was thinking to myself, no, 80's not going to work. So I says, no, I can't spend 80 on it. He says, well, I think I know a guy that'll give me 60. If you give me 60, we can unload it now. And I said, no, my offer will be 40. If this other guy don't want it or turns it down, you've got my offer at 40. So a couple hours later, he called and said, hey, I got to bring that Troy-Bilt by. Somebody called me to pick up a bunch of appliances. This Troy-Bilt's on the trailer. I need the room. If you want it for 40, I'll bring it by. And I said, yeah, I'll take it for 40. So he dropped it off. I happened to look at my rider mower section. I got a Toro with a Cola Courage 18. It's actually, looks like the controls are the same on that Toro. So maybe these came out of the same factory, the Toros and the Troy-Bilts. So it turned over by hand. If anything, if I can't get it to run, I'm going to grow some cucumbers here on the seat. This is going to be a mobile garden. Battery is several years old. So this thing's been sitting. I don't know the actual date code on this, but just by looking at the condition, it's not a new battery. Automatic transmission. So no mower belt, no deck. Air filter box is missing. I noticed that right away. That was part of my decision. I see parts missing off it. It's going to be a bear for me to track down crap, so I don't want to pay a lot of money. No deck kills it, so 2 flats does not help. So maybe I'll try to get these to reseat. I usually don't have good luck on these. It's still got the nipples on the tires. Tires aren't worn out. Maybe these are secondary tires. I don't know. But hopefully we can get them to hold air. If not, I put inner tubes in them. 2 for 20 on the inner tubes. So what else with this thing? That's all I know, really. We tried to jump it on his trailer. He's got a jump box. I went and snatched a key out of one of my riders. These ignition keys are all the same. Looks like somebody's been using a screwdriver on this one. It's all chewed up. So I put a key in it. His jump box only had 11 volts, so all we got was a click out of the starter. He didn't have enough power to kick it off. I just wanted to see if it would rotate, but the engine is free. I can rotate the engine by hand. Twin cylinder Courage 18. So I think I'm okay for 40. It's not something that I'm going to try to um, get a bunch of parts to put together. This will be a parts donor. If I can find a complete unit with a blown engine, this would be a perfect candidate. I can snatch off the Kohler Courage and use the engine in another project, and just pick and pull on this thing. These things are pretty standard as far as the frames and tire sizes. Like I said, I got a Toro back there, same exact controls. Everything here is the same. The parking brake, cruise control, your mower engagement lever, everything was the same on that other unit. The only difference is it says Toro on the side, and I think the cut in the fins here might be a little bit different. Slight difference in the hood, but the frame and the engine and the undercarriage are all pretty standard. So that's what we were messing with and looking at. This Troy-Bilt. This thing dogged me. I ended up breaking off the cable here for the traction control. I tried to remove it to move the transmission a little bit. I ended up cracking the keeper here, so I got to order another cable. These bearing assemblies, they're not like a Toro as far as buying piece by piece. I looked these up. You can buy them from Sears Direct. They sell the whole assembly here for about 18 to 20 bucks, left side, right side. So if you had to do two sides with bad bearings, you'd be at 40 bucks to do the job. I'm gonna, like I said, see if I can pop out this bearing and see if the Toro bearing fits in the retainer. The Toro retainers aren't the same width as this, and they're slightly different. I'm wondering if I could use change the whole assembly, because these adjuster plates look like the same for Toros. The handles seem to be the same length. I'm wondering if I can change out the whole guts here with a Toro. That's something I have to explore, but I found it ironic that Crafty doesn't sell individual pieces. You got to buy this for 20 bucks. So that's that. I mentioned my Kafuter purchase yesterday from Temu. I've got some other stuff coming from them, temu.com. And the Poulon Pro, which I'm going to start working on now, needs fuel lines. So hopefully I can get this up and running for my coworker. Don't like True Cycle, but I thought I'd do him a favor and get this going. When it was going, I did some cutting with it. Teeth are sharp. I can guarantee you only use this a couple times. Chain extremely sharp, so he said he used it, put it in the shed, and it's been sitting. So this thing's maybe been used 2 or 3 times. It just ended up sitting too long, and the fuel line cracked. He probably doesn't know about non-ethanol fuel and put regular fuel in it, and this is what'll happen. Your fuel line will disintegrate. Anyway, that's where we are. Green Lady and myself are having a good day today. I know we didn't fix anything, but maybe I'll come back at you later and we can try to fix something. I just wanted to give you a general update of what's happening at Tommy Time. Season hasn't really blown up as far as selling 5 to 7 a day. Like I said, I sold one this morning and 2 others this week, so 3 sales for the week. So it's better than no sales. Last couple months I haven't sold hardly anything, maybe one a month. So it's slow and steady. I'll get up to my 5 to 7 units a day or a week. I usually sell on the weekend more, not so much during the week. Saturday and Sundays are good seller days. I can sell the best I think I've done is 7 or 8 for the 2-day weekend. If it's really good, 5 a day. That's a good day. So anyway, that's where we are. Appreciate you coming out. Like I said, quick update on the Tommy Time. This is what's left of that bearing. I banged the heck out of it and it kind of disintegrated, so I got to get the rest of it out of the retainer. So this kind of was a pain in my butt, but I'm going to forge ahead. If I can't salvage the bearing assembly or make something work, I'll have to spend the big money, and I'll do both sides. I'll spend the $40 to do the front end, so I'll be into it for 60. I don't even know if it starts. I didn't get that far. I wanted to tackle the front wheel drive first, see if I could get that to at least roll back and forth for me. But I think we'll be fine on the engine. These Quantums are tough machines. I find they hardly ever crap out. Clean the carb or throw a new carb on and they're good to go. As always, please tip your waitress and wait staff. They're doing an awesome job. Thanks for coming out. Like I said, we didn't fix anything. Today was show and tell. Have a good day. Come back and see me.